to which is selected from the combo box. So this combo box here has three different models: a teapot, a sphere, and a cube. And the way the combo box works is that we can either get the text or we can get the index, so 0, 1, 2. So I'm going to use the integer index value in this case, and if I go to my Geo Window.h, I'm going to say brief our object to draw. I'm going to have an int m selected object. There, in my constructor, I'm going to again set this to the default value, which in this case is 0. There. Now, when the VBO primitives class is created, it generates the teapot and the cube because they're just built-in meshes with binary data doing that. But for the sphere, that's actually generated procedurally, so I'm going to need to create that. So NGL VBO primitives start prim equals NGL VBO primitives instance prim pointed to create, and you can see all the different create methods there. VBO sphere, I'm going to call it sphere, and it takes two parameters. One is the radius, so I'm going to set that to 1, and precision is basically the spans for the sphere. So the higher the number, the denser the sphere is, the smoother it is. So if I set that to about 40, that'll be a relatively good sphere there. And in the draw method, basically I'm going to, instead of now just drawing that there, I'm going to switch on selected object, and I'm going to, in this case, go case 1 draw teapot break. My second case should be, if I just check here, I'm doing sphere next and then cube, so go back to there, case, sorry, that should be 0, case 1 should be prim draw sphere break, and case 2 prim pointed to draw, and that's going to be cube, which is created default. Now, to be honest, I don't like that code particularly well because it's not overly maintainable. Case 0, what is 0, what does it mean? So I think really what we need to do is to create at a later stage some enumerated types so that we know what the elements are, and it's good coding practice. It makes the code more readable, more maintainable. But in this sort of short tutorial here, I'll just leave them as 0, 1, 2. But as I say, it's not the most easiest maintainable code to read or anything else. So I'm going to now go through and wire up my UI element to a method. So if we go to Geo Window first, we're going to add a slot to this. So we'll call this one brief, set the draw object. We're going to have a parameter in the index of the object, and I'll just call that _I, and then we'll call this void set object mode, and it's going to have an int I like that. Then we will implement that in Geo Window on the bottom with all the other ones. So that's a Geo Window, set object mode, passed in an int, and again we're going to say object selected object equals I, and we'll make a call to update GL to flag that our GL window needs to be redrawn. So now we need to wire this to our main windows so that our slots are working. So set the combo box index changed signal. So connect UI pointed to m underscore, and again I'll just check what I called that, m object selection there. So I will go back to that m object selection. I'm going to now connect that to the signal, and it's going to be index changed. I'll just check that. It's current index changed. Current index changed, and that's an int. That is then going to connect to the slot. Slot set. Can't remember what I called the slot now. Set object mode. Set object mode, which takes in an int. Sorry, that's why I didn't pick it up. M underscore GL, comma, select object mode, which takes an int. Close that final bracket off there, and I think that will work. And what this should do now is allow us to select the correct one, if I could spell correctly. I've got something wrong there. That's the end of my case. That missed a closing brace from the switch statement. And with a bit of luck, that's built now, and I can choose my sphere, go to wireframe mode, my cube, do some rotation so you can see that that's there, and back to my teapot if I wish. So nearly finished now. We've got to do a bit more tidying up. We're going to, in the next element, pop up a dialog to choose our colour, and we're going to sort the lighting out, and then this is nearly finished.